For my midterm project, I decided to rewatch and review the very first Rush Hour. It's recognized as a timeless classic and a go-to fan favorite. The action comedy buddy cop film was directed by American film director Brett Ratner in 1908 and led to two sequels within the following decade. The iconic duo of Carter and Lee was formed under the FBI's intention of keeping both the LAPD and the international government uninvolved in the case of the abduction of the Chinese consul's daughter by allowing the two men to keep each other busy with their own tussles. The two accept teamwork in finally seeing eye to eye and begin to unravel the schemes of the crime lord Juntao and eventually return the Chinese consul's daughter Su Young back to her father. And so, when on the topic of martial arts movies under the law enforcement category, one of the first movie franchises that comes into mind is the widely loved Rush Hour trilogy. The law enforcement category is generally exciting and filled with crossfire shootouts and high-speed police chases, which I find very thrilling to watch. And I chose to review Rush Hour because it was a movie that I loved to watch growing up with my family, and through the knowledge I attained so far from the class, I wanted to evaluate and watch the movie with the new insight on both the mechanics of martial arts and cinematography. And so, although the film revolved around firearm-clad law enforcers, the protagonist duo of Carter and Lee fought off the mafia primarily using hand-to-hand combat. And unlike the previous movies that we saw in class, Fist of Fury and Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, the main motivation behind the use of martial arts in the storyline was not vengeance, but instead the aim to rescue the Chinese consul's kidnapped daughter while arresting the villainous crime lord that kept her hostage. And so the fighting style exhibited in the scene where Chris Tucker takes Jackie Chan to Azteca Pool Hall in the attempt to get insider information from Tucker's underground buddies. The mise-en-scène of the setting features dim lighting, a room filled with cigarette smoke, and suited men gambling their afternoons away, which creates an overall dark and sketchy vibe of the pool hall. There's an almost a film noir effect, but instead of a deep black and white contrast, the dim lighting of the pool hall creates for a dark and dangerous setting. And so Chan's attempt to make friends backfires when his light-hearted use of the N-word offends the bartender and is thrown into a chokehold. Chan abstains from using his gun and instead defends himself with his fists and kicks and nearby objects. And so when he grabs the props in the scene, such as the bar stool and the billiards ball, the camera applies a close shot with a shallow focus in which in which there's a restricted depth of field and blurry background to emphasize the prop that Jackie Chan will use as a weapon in the next frame that will follow shortly after. And the background music is fast-paced and suspenseful throughout the scenes, which allows the audience to think of movement and action. So the fight scenes are filmed with both medium and shots and full shots in order to showcase Jackie Chan's martial arts skills and action stunts, which is very impressive because Jackie Chan is again known for doing all of his own stunts. The use of fast editing and panning back and forth between each swing from shot reverse shots between Chan and the person he's fighting creates a continuous and dynamic effect that keeps the audience on their toes throughout the fight. And Jackie Chan's final weapon choice, the pool cue, alludes to a traditional stick-fighting martial arts, and the technique with which he spins the cue highlights his skill as a fighter in abandoning the use of conventional weapons such as guns that you would expect from a law enforcement category martial arts movie. And so the film achieved blockbuster status with the incorporation of martial arts and comedic appeal, leading to two sequels, The Rush Hour 2 following released in 2001, and then Rush Hour 3 a couple years later in 2007. And with the similarities in the on-screen, off-screen personalities, mainly Chan's goofy and lovable English, and Tucker's loud mouth instigating trouble in every scene, it's easy to see how the film gathered such huge commercial success. And so rewatching Rush Hour with a knowledge of cinematography helped rekindle my love for the movie, and I plan to watch the two movies again in the nearby future.